Okay, I've had this carburetor, this Holley 1920, sitting in the secret sauce for, I want to say, a couple weeks. So I hope that it's going to be a little easier to clean. It was, and maybe still is, disgusting, but we're going to see what we're looking at here. Yeah, some of it's come free, but that's going to need still, as we take it apart, a good cleaning. So okay, I'm going to start by cleaning what I can from the outside right now, and then we'll work on taking this apart and rebuilding it. Here we go. Okay, well, that's pretty good on the outside. So um, let's go with that for now and put this aside. I can tell you if we're going to have issues with this carb, this is going to be one of the areas that we have an issue. Watch this throttle pivot shaft move in the casing. You see that? What happens there is it creates a vacuum leak through the pivot shaft uh, the housing of the carburetor, and that will really be a problem for trying to get a steady idle. Um, this is one of the reasons why these carburetors, one of the reasons why these carburetors are not loved, I would say. However, this is what we have, so we're going to try and make this work. Let's start by just pulling this thing apart and get it down to its bare components. Okay, here we go. Got hopefully in a better spot there where you can see what's going on with this. And I'll just say up front, I don't do this every day, and I've never rebuilt a 1920. So let's giddy up. I'll be taking a lot of pictures along the way to make it easier when I go to reassemble. I suggest you do the same. However, I do know that this is a pretty simple carb, so as opposed to a Holley double pumper, for instance, which would be a much more sophisticated unit. This pales, so I think we'll be good to go. Let's start cranking here. Start with the float bowl. Let's make this a little easier on ourselves. Giddy up. Okay. The old gasket. Sure, we'll have a new one of those in the kit, so that's going right in the bin. Look, actually, you can see in here, it has been soaking in that juice for a while, but really, it's not too bad. There might be a little bit of, yeah, a little bit of varnish right there. You see that? But this ain't bad at all. Okay, that's a good sign, but you can distinctly see, if you take a look at the roof of this, which is the top of the bowl, and the bottom of the bowl, you can see the discoloration difference, and that's the varnished gas. But okay, that's not, I've seen a lot worse, so let's put this aside. That'll be a separate clean later. Let's keep going here. Let's take the needle and seat out. Oh, that was pretty loose. You can see. There's your needle and seat. It looks okay. Although I think I'm pretty sure I get a new one of these in the kit, so that's good to go. We'll just put that aside. At this moment, I want to take a couple photographs. All right, let's keep rocking. Looks like to get that float out, I've got that key on there. Just slide that off. Like so. Spring for the float. Holley 362. I don't think I get one of these in the kit, so I hope that's okay. As long as she floats, doesn't suck gas in, we should be good to go. Okay. This is the metering block for sure in there. There's some definite garbage in here. Some metering block. This is the old equivalent of power valve in the newer Holleys. I think it's referred to as the economizer. We will pull that out because I think we get a piece of that in the kit. And importantly, this right here is our accelerator pump. So we're going to want to replace the diaphragm in behind that as well. So this metering block has to come out. And I think the first thing we have to do is take this power valve or economizer off. So let's do that. The power valve, simple. The economizer, same principle. It just delivers fuel when there is low vacuum, extra fuel, pardon me, when there's low vacuum, which just means you're under heavy throttle, under heavy load. It's going to throw more fuel down the venturis. Okay. We'll put this together with its screws. We'll come back to these components individually as we prepare to reassemble, restore each of them and clean them and use the new parts from the kit. So now what we're left with is the metering block. You can see there's our main jet right there. It's massive. No. So let's pull this. Let's pull this out. Again, the inside of this carb is pretty good. I think we're going to be okay here. We're going to do a good cleaning, and we'll use the rebuild kit, but I don't think we're going to struggle. The struggle is going to be with that throttle pivot shaft I talked about earlier. I don't know if I mentioned it, but really the only fix for that is to throw this carburetor in the garbage, A, or B, pull the throttle shaft, drill it out, and put a bushing in the throttle body or in the case itself. That's doable. It's an option. I don't think it's one I want to pursue, but one step at a time. Okay, the metering block should pull out now. There we go. Oh, look at the garbage back in there. The bottom of that accelerator pump. Yeah. But again, it's not heavily varnished, so feeling good. So we'll put that together with all of its bits. Here's our accelerator pump. And I'm going to count on the fact that we get a new gasket here for all of that metering block and pull this out. I guess I have to take this off in order to get there. Alright, it should pull. There we go. Accelerator pump. Oops, need that later. The diaphragm itself isn't torn. It may have holes or small punctures, but anyway, we'll have a new one of those. So now what's really, there isn't a lot left to do inside of this carb body now inside. So what we'll focus on now, I would say, is we'll pull the main idle screw here, and we might pull the throttle blade and clean that up, but at least let's get this screw out. Set it aside. No, just a needle. Needle looks okay. It's never been screwed in too tight. It's smooth. It's good. Okay. Yeah, let's pull this butterfly off, and yeah, there's definitely some play in that. I really hope that's not going to be a problem for me. I mean, it can't be too tight. It has to spin in the body. It's just that's one of the design flaws in this thing. Oh, well, let's pull this off and have a better look at it. Oh no. No. See, this is the kind of thing that happens when you're working on old vehicles. You see how that screw tore right off that? Now, really, the only option I have is to drill that out, tap it, and put a new screw in. That's really going to slow things down here. Or I could go back in with just one screw and leave this and just call it good. Given what we're trying to do here, I'm going to put a little bit of juice on that. I'm going to pretend none of that happened. That's really unfortunate. See, there's the screw head. Again, I'd have to drill, tap it, and put a new screw in. And I can, I just don't know if it's really worth it given what we're trying to do here. I'll get in here with a little bit of maroon 3M pad and just clean that up a little bit. It will prevent me from getting this as clean as I wanted it, but it'll be okay. Okay, let's see. I don't think we're going to need some. What I want to do next is I want to put some carb cleaner in here, and I want to blow through all of the orifices to make sure that we've got clear passageways through all those areas. Before we do that, I'm going to get a little bit of cleaner and see if I can clean up that throttle blade. I don't think we need to take any of this off. This is just our overflow. I don't think we need to worry about that. It's not worth getting too crazy there. The choke blade is a little funky. You may not be able to see that really well. Anyway, it's a little funky. I would like to clean that. Yeah, and that would allow me to get in there a little better. So we're gonna pull this off against my better judgment. We're gonna pull that off. All right, we'll set that aside. Now we can get access in there a little better. Now, when I take those two screws off, the same thing could happen to the throttle blade. I'm going to go slow and see how we end up. Okay, that one's easy. So we're good on one. Although you're going to say, well, you were good on one of the throttle blade too, but then you messed that up, didn't you? Okay, let's try the second one, see what happens. Okay, good to go. Throttle blade, look at that. Yeah, we can clean that up real nice. Okay, now we get to look inside here a little deeper. Now we can get better access, eh? So let's try and get that cleaned up. Be right back. Okay, I had to step away there just to get back into the bath. Just trying to get the outside of the body as clean as I can before we give it its final carb flush clean and its final blowout with compressed air. You know, just trying to get it as good as I can. Okay, I think I'm happy with this now. So what I want to do now is move this body to, well, I'm going to blow out all the orifices, clean this down with brake clean or carb cleaner, set it aside, and then start working on the components and reassembling. Again, I'm a little disappointed about that. That will not move, as you can see here. It's in there. The stud of the screw is still there. It's held tight by this, but it's also sandwiched in between the throttle shaft itself. So unfortunate that I couldn't get that out for a better clean in there, but I think it's okay. So let's get compressed air and let's blow out some of these passages. So that should be manifold vacuum, and this here is, I think, no, that's manifold vacuum as well, and ported vacuum over here. Clear coming out there, as well as this one coming out right there, and then this one coming out right here. Loud and clear. Good. And this one. think all the passageways are clear. There's one right there that I'm uncertain about. No, it is clear. That passageway is clear. This is that one, so. Alright, both those passageways are clear. The main jet is clear. Feeling that coming through. Alright, I think this is good for what we're trying to do here. So we're going to clean it off now, spray it, and we'll start our reassembly. Okay, let's have a look at the components in the carb kit. Let's do that now and make sure that we're not missing anything that we should be cleaning. Okay, good. New needle and seat. Beautiful. New gasket. Beautiful. That goes right on the intake. I'm going to stick that on there now. Okay, so that goes with that. That's the new economizer diaphragm gasket and spring. We've got our new float bowl gasket, our new accelerator pump. We've got you do have to take a look at this metering block. We'll get to that because there's a check ball in there for that. We do have a new gasket here, or rubber seal for the top of the float bowl escape. Yeah, beautiful. Looks like a nice kit. So let's get going. Let's start with, well, how about something easy? Let's ease into this. So we took this choke blade off, and we also took this off. Let's get both of these cleaned up and back on the carb. Right back. Alright, and all cleaned up the choke blade, cleaned up the air cleaner mount. I'll just go ahead and get these. There we go. It's back on. Okay, easy. let's do this part right now. Oh, that came off way too easy. I'm gonna put a little bit of lube on this so that she slides in nice. And there we go. Beautiful. I think that's, yeah, that's clean. Good. Okay, that's done. Let's do that metering. Well, the accelerator pump is going to have to go in, so pretty straightforward there. Can't forget the spring. I'm going to go to the wire wheel, and we're going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, we've got our spring all cleaned up. Should be good. And the new accelerator pump. And now with the spring, get this thing done properly. That's the action we're looking for. See how that moves in and out? It's going to force the accelerator pump shot into the venturi and rock and roll. Okay, so that's going to wait there just like that, because the next thing, of course, on top of that is the metering block. And I want to pull that jet, clean it. Here's the old accelerator pump. We're just going to throw that to the side because that part of the project is done. Here is the metering block. And this is for your power valve. I don't know that we need to pull that out, but I am going to clean in there with some carb cleaner. I'm going to pull this jet out though, make sure that it is cleared out in here. There's where the main well, right here. Okay, so I want to get some carb cleaner and I want to clean up. You can see there's the other check ball in there. Again, I don't think we need to get into pulling that out. The kit has what I need to do that, but I don't think we need to. It moves freely, up and down. I can try and test for a seal on the check ball, but everything looks clean here. So look, I don't want to mess with something unless I think it needs it. Okay, try to clean it. Just checking our passageways. I do want to clean them there. Okay, all the passageways of the metering block are blowing out. As I said, I've got nice free movement on those two check balls. Sorry, that check ball and these two with the springs behind them for the economizer, I think are are clear and working well. The main jet passageway is cleared out. Main jet is fairly clean. I'm just going to rub that against some maroon. Main jet passageway is very clear. I'm just going to clean it and put her in. You're wondering what size this is? It's a giant 56. Oh my gosh. So small compared to what I'm used to working on with the big 440s. Alright. If you can call it that, the main jet is back in. And I'm going to get a paper towel for that mess. You know what this carburetor rebuild is missing? I'll give you one guess. Maybe that sound could have given it away. Cheers. Oh yeah, see? This is going to go a lot better now. All right, so accelerator pump is in. Let's just make sure that's caught in there. Okay, get in there. Okay. And metering block is going to go on. Okay, now let's get some screws in here. Tight. There we go. Okay. Metering blocks in play. Now, let's see. What's an easy one? Let's do a new needle and seat. Actually, can't quite do that one yet. We need first to put the float back in. As I said, I'm just praying that this float is okay. I'm not going to touch it. I don't want to disturb the material. I just want to pray that she's going to hold. That's how that went. This goes underneath. There's a little hole in that arm, and that's where the spring goes. It just sits in there like that. Okay, and then this little key, I forget the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. That goes on there. There we go. Float's happy. I hope that I can still put the economizer in with the float in there. Hope that's not going to get in my way. Should be alright. Let's go ahead and do needle and seat. Boom. 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 You want to torque this to 200 foot-pounds. Okay. No. All right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Next up, power valve. Let's get this thing figured out. That goes there. And we got three screws. I don't like the looks of that. I'm going to take that and clean that right back. All right, we're back. Just got that cleaned up a little bit. I want to make sure I have a good surface. Get this thing lined up. Good grief. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky, Ricky. Oh, great. Yeah, we'll just drop that. Why does this look like it's not? Oh, that's because it's not. It's got to be spun just a little bit to line up. All right, and this. Nope. This way. And this. That'll do it. That will do it. All right, before I clamp that down, let's just have a look, make sure, yep. See how that's seated properly on those two ball bearings that were in there. So when that sees high vacuum, that's going to open up and it's going to let more fuel in right there as that compresses. That's what we want. Normally closed, low vacuum opens up more fuel into the main well and of course into the venturis. Okay, let's just tighten these bad boys down. Also, 200 foot-pounds. Okay. Drink time. Okay, we're getting close here. So we're all buttoned up inside. So I think we're ready for a new gasket. Should hopefully fit right in here if you have any luck at all. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Get in there. And let's just double check the other side of that football. Stay there. Come on. We didn't get this cleaned yet, so let's put this aside. And I'm going to go clean this. I'll be right back. All right, I got that bowl cleaned up a little. It's not perfect, but it's good. You know, this one goes in here like that. Got our gasket. This should be it. Oh no, I got it. Wrong way, Tom. Get in there. Okay, with the bowl all secure, um, just this arm for the accelerator pump came off, and if you're familiar with Holley's, there are adjustments, of course, that you can do, and one of them is for the accelerator pump. And even this version has that. You've got 3 settings for the amount of shot that you want. This was on the second setting, and I see no reason why we wouldn't maintain that for now. We can always change it later. And so hopefully you can see how that just goes in there. We put our cotter key in, and there's your pump shot. Beautiful. So what's left? We've got our idle mixture screw. I'm just going to clean up the end of that needle a little bit, gently. Gently. We didn't get one of these in the kit, so not that I think we should have, but we didn't. So, and this one just goes. Wait. No, sorry, it goes in here. Right there. We'll go all the way in until it seats, and then we'll back it out 2 turns and see where that gets us on the idle. Let's try that. I prefer to have a little richer right now until we get things set up. So, I think we've got everything that we need to deal with. So we're going to go and get this on the car, we'll get it plumbed in, get the bowl filled, and we're going to see what happens. Let's go for it.